In a bit.
All right, Lemonheads, what's up? I'm your boy Fungus, joined by X Gonna Give It To You, Xavi Guerrero, our Inter Miami, and just basically our soccer beat writer. It's season 9, episode 7, The Evening Juice with LemonCityLive. You're watching on our Facebook, you're watching on our Twitter, and of course on the 5 Reasons YouTube network. Shout out to 5 Reasons Sports. Today we're going to get started with a little Miami Heat. Of course, we're going to talk Inter Miami, and we're going to end it off with a little bit of Miami Dolphins NFL draft. So let's get right into it, bro. If you're watching the show right now on 5 Reasons YouTube network, you're most likely a Miami Heat fan because that's their bread and butter. But man, that's gotta. If you watch, I'm assuming you watched the game yesterday because we were talking about it.
I am so glad I did not miss that masterpiece of a game, the greatest game performance by any Miami Heat player ever.
Bro, amazing. Not only that, it's a top 6 NBA playoff performance ever. That's amazing, considering the legends that have played that sport. But man, and for it to be the best Miami Heat playoff performance ever is amazing because think about the names that have come through the Heat, bro. Fucking LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway. Yeah, man. It's
the Heat has a storied franchise, since they've been in the league. Yeah. But the moment when I was watching the game from the beginning, there was like a sense, right, that there was something special. And when he just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept the team in, and even when they were down 15, he kept scoring and the will and the guts and everything that he showed, I was just glued. I was like, man, and we can't lose this game, dude. I was like, shit, we're gonna lose this game. This guy's having an amazing performance. And why do I say it's the greatest? Just quickly, it's like no other Heat player has ever had a team as the sidekicks as low or as weak. I don't want to talk bad about them, but it might be the weakest supporting cast that a star player has had. I mean, your second guy is supposed to be Bam, and Bam was whatever.
Yeah, he was okay yesterday. He had 15 points and 8 rebounds. That's not what you expect out of somebody who's supposed to be an all-star.
That's a decent player, but with the amount of ability and skill that Bam has, that's whatever. I mean, he should be able to do that every single night.
Bam is expected to be an all-star caliber player
at this point in his career,
and he's been an all-star, right? But that
fringe
15 and 8 in a playoff game is not what you expect from him. I think you expect a little more.
No, you needed more. You needed more from him. But let me shout out to Martin, Kevin Martin, and some of the guys, Larry, that stepped up in the moment. But Martin, like he popped a couple of shots, and I liked him from last season. I saw something in him, and that game is what embodies Heat culture, what embodies what the Miami Heat is, what they are as a team. No nonsense. They keep going and they keep fighting no matter what, and they have a puncher's chance each time. And look, they have the number 1 seed in the NBA down 3 games
on the ropes. Yeah, man, incredible. Nobody saw that coming, especially after they lost their first play-in match against the Atlanta Hawks. You know what I mean? So just in case nobody knows what we're talking about, if you live under a rock, Jimmy Butler yesterday against the Milwaukee Bucks put up 56 points. I think he scored 22 of those in the first quarter, and then he just had a masterful fourth quarter, bringing the Heat back from like
21 in the fourth.
Yeah, incredible. He had an incredible game. It was masterful, and bro, the Heat scored 114 points. Jimmy Butler's 56 is just a little less than half. You know what it is to score half the points for your team? Come on. That's like you said. I don't think any other star that the Miami Heat have had has had a team that's this dependent on them having to do what Jimmy Butler did yesterday.
Amazing.
You know,
Amazing.
it is amazing. It is amazing. And now,
On both ends on the floor, because
yes,
we talk about the 56 points, and that's the easy part.
yeah,
But many times, his defensive effort, his play, the times that he went up, against Giannis, and when he went up against the bigger guys too, he even went against Lopez. Like he won those battles.
Yeah, he was one rebound away from a double-double.
No, it's amazing. I mean, I'm still in awe of that.
Yeah.
24 hours after, I'm so glad I saw that. I'm so glad I saw. My life is better because I saw
that. Yeah. Now, one thing that I will say for Bam is that he had 8 rebounds, which is what you expect out of him. That's a solid number. We just need to see a little bit more on the offensive production side. But he did have that monster slam. He did have that monster slam. So
he has his moments. The thing with him is it's inconsistent. And I've always said it. It's a mental thing. I think it's a confidence thing, because the skill set is there. I know that he's smaller, and you have to give him that many times, because they play this small ball. He's smaller than the guys he's going up against, these big bangers, whatever. But regardless, it's just Jimmy's smaller than a lot of guys too. It's just the heart, the mental aspect. I think Bam he needs help with that, because he has all the physical tools to be a very, very good player. It was 15-8. It should have been 22-12 at the minimum, with the type of player that he is. It should have been that. I mean, he should have been a bigger help to Butler.
Even if the
Butler did it. The Butler did it.
Even if it was 22-8, like 8 rebounds for me for Bam is fine. I'm not gonna complain about him getting 8 rebounds. It's the 15 points that I will complain about. He should be closer to the 20, like low 20s at least. That would be perfect for him. To get some more consistent winning, and it's
20 and 10. He could easily average 20 and 10.
Exactly.
We're asking a lot. We're not. He has it in him.
There's a guy in the team. There's a guy in the team that is less athletically, that is less talented athletically, in Kevin Love, who in his prime, that's what he averaged. He was averaging a double-double. And Kevin Love, he was a really good basketball player back in the day, but athletically, he's not Bam. He never was.
But it's a different type of player. He's definitely more technical, a different skill set.
Yeah,
and he had much higher than Bam has had so far, like an all-star level. He's been much more dominant. Bam has been nowhere near that, except for spurts and moments where he flashes and shows you, this is what I can be, but it's not what I am.
Exactly. Not what we just need him to do that a little more often, more often than not. I think
enough about Bam, bro. I want to talk about Jimmy M.F.N. Butler.
Yes. M.F.N. is his legal middle name, by the
way. It better be now, man, because that guy they better give him his respect. And he's so cool that after when they're doing the interview, the lady's asking him something, about MVP, and it's like, no, like, I'm gonna be real. MVP, I think Joel.
Yeah,
he's such a cool guy. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I had a great performance. I've had a great season, but no, I think Joel, and he's being real, and that's the cool thing about him. His whole story, his life story, his way where he made it to the Heat. This is a Heat guy, man.
Yeah,
this is a Heat guy for real. And I think even when he was in Chicago or anywhere else, like there was vibes and signals pulling him. Like there was voices telling him, Miami. This is
the voice was Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Real recognized real, man. I mean, amazing player, Knowles, and another amazing player. So thank you, Dwayne. I mean, Dwayne brought us LeBron, he brought us Bosh. Now he brings us Butler. Maybe he should be the GM after Riley, and he can keep bringing these guys in.
Yeah, why not?
But he's in Utah. He's in Utah now.
He is. He's a minority owner at Utah, so I don't think he'll be allowed to do that. Maybe he could sell some of his Utah shares and buy some
of the Heat,
some Miami Heat shares if they'll sell it to him. I don't. Well, but yeah.
Hey, the fact that Butler's a great player, but he's polished his offensive game. I think here because he's always been a very good player, like 18, 20s, but now he looks like he can do everything, whatever he wants to
stepped
do.
it up a notch, and I think playoff Jimmy has stepped it up a notch. During the regular season, he's still awesome, but it's nothing like
regular
what he does
season.
in the playoffs,
He's at 7.58. Higher, top player.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Playoff season, he's 10
yes,
to 11. He goes past it.
He goes. It's amazing, bro. Look what he did in the bubble season, in the finals. Bam was injured, Goran was injured, and it was still a great series against
What is
the
it with
Lakers.
Miami? What is it with Miami that every time they're in something big like that, tragedy hits, man?
Injuries, yeah, I don't know, man.
What is it with the team? Something's like stopping us.
Is it just the Heat? Is it just the Heat, or is it all Miami teams?
Well, let's not even get into the Miami curse, man.
But we have to get into it.
The evil eye. It's Florida
and Mal de Ojo.
Florida and Mal de Ojo do this. Florida, everybody else looking with the evil eye at Florida.
Yeah. Dude. Oh man, what are we gonna do about the Mal de Ojo, bro? Hialeah is not working anymore for us. I think they're working in contrast.
We're gonna have to get and we have to talk to Chat. What is it? Chat GTP or whatever the hell that's called.
Chat GPT. We should ask. How do we prevent injuries?
AI, brujo or some shit. We gotta get something. We gotta get something.
Is that the next level, bro? Is that the next step? Is that the next step?
Virtual reality, AI, everything.
How to prevent sports injuries from a brujo? AI.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it. Speaking of. Yeah, man. Speaking of El Mal de Ojo in Miami, let's pivot a little bit to everybody's favorite soccer team nowadays, or maybe not. Inter Miami,
the one they love to bash.
Yes,
but rightfully so.
Rightfully so, man. They are not meeting expectations after they got off to that great start. It's been how many in a row is it now? How many losses? Six. Man,
they're 6 feet under, man. They're almost dead right now.
So
they're dead to me. No, I'm just kidding.
So this past weekend they lost at Houston, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that game. It was a 1-0 loss, right?
Yeah. I get a little bit of slack because sometimes when I write, I try to be very objective. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I want them to win, great. But I'm looking at the game. I want to write and I want to say what's happening there. Not what I want, not what I wish happened. So I'm watching this game, and I've seen of the 6 games, I off the top of my head, I think it's been 4 where Inter Miami has played well enough to tie or win, perhaps even better than the opposing team, and they come home with the L.
Yeah.
The Houston game is another one of those games. Even Cincinnati, who was top of the charts, Miami pretty much, like, even the coach after the game was like, we won, but that's not the way we want to win. We played horrible, blah, 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 blah. They didn't play horrible. Miami played better than them. Well, in this game, Miami changed their style. First of all, Phil did a little during the press conference in the week. They asked about, we asked about Arroyo and obviously Miller, the new guys, the new pieces, the new toys to the team. And the answer was, oh, no, they're not going to play. And first thing you get, starting lineup, Miller y Arroyo, right there. Arroz con pollo was right there. And then he brought...
So let me ask you about that. So he initially said that they were not going to play, and then he starts them.
Yes, but at that point, circumstances could have changed. At that point,
how many days apart? How many days apart?
I don't know if it was Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure. So they have 3 4 days.
So from middle of the week till the weekend.
Paperwork could have come through.
He changed his mind.
Or no. It was Miller was the visa visa issue, and the other stuff is the paperwork with Arroyo also. So these things could have been cleaned up during that time, and he don't say anything. They're not playing. He boom, te lo tiro. So that's cool. I think that's what probably happened. I don't think he was trying to be coy or anything. I think that's what happened. But then he put Rodrigo Pizarro. Rodolfo. Maybe Rodrigo would be better. I don't know.
Rodolfo, that's the mal de ojo, bro. Every time you mispronounce his name, they lose.
Rodolfo was there, and then don't say that, man. So they benched our boy Joseph, right?
Yes. That's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. But I think that should have been the beginning. Like he's working his way. He set him up for failure. He was working his way back in. I
Yeah.
think he should have from the beginning been starting, off the bench and come in and get a little playing time. And I think that would smooth things over, and people would say, okay, he's just getting into the flow before just throwing him in there. And the guys, he really hasn't done much for the team, unfortunately.
Do you
But
think
what
it's gonna
happened?
be? You think it's gonna be another Higuain sort of scenario where he starts coming off the bench and he build up confidence, or maybe it's a motivational sort of thing that's gonna help him out?
I think it's a little bit of both. I believe that he's gonna improve. It can't get
Yeah.
any worse because this is a guy who's a killer. He's a killer. He's supposed to get. He's played bad here with us, but he's still gonna be the fastest player in MLS history to score 100 goals.
Yeah.
In his career, and he's gonna do it. It's just a matter of
No, I
time.
mean, he's a great player. Like I was watching ESPN FC recently, and they were talking. They asked randomly, they let fans answer questions, and somebody asked Moreno, who are the top 5 MLS players of all time, and he named Joseph Martinez. They're both Venezuelans, so maybe it was a favoritism sort of thing going on, but still that guy, if he's gonna be that, he's gonna be the fastest to 100 ever.
Yeah. No, it's gonna happen. So I'm sure that they're gonna, and that's why I still have faith that they can turn it around because it's just been by an inch. But I can understand the fans. But back to the game.
Wait, before I let you go into your next point, I'm gonna let in our boy Edwin here. He's gonna join us real quick. I think he wants to get some Miami Heat Jimmy Butler's theme off.
Oh boy,
there he is.
Oh boy, there he is.
That's right, baby. I'm here for one thing and one thing only: to give you my top 5, my Mount Rushmore, my Mount 5 more. I'm outside. Of Heat guys. All right, Jimmy Butler, number 1, greatest Heat of all time, bro. Greatest Heat of all time. Best playoff performance. Best thing I've ever seen. He's got the dog in him. He's UD. Sure. He's got the hunger of UD, but he scores buckets the way Wade did in his prime before LeBron got here. I give LeBron's game against Boston, up there, and then Shaq. That's it. That's your top 4. Nothing else. Nobody else comes close. That's it. It's all about Jimmy. Phil Neville's going to get fired tomorrow. Joseph Martinez is.
Are you breaking? Is that an exclusive? Is that breaking news? Or is that you wanting that?
Miami FC is going to win tomorrow. I'm telling you right now. And it's going to be curtains for him. It's going to be curtains for Phil. It's going to be a long, long night for Phil tomorrow. I feel sorry for him. Nice guy. I know you almost had me convinced with your article about the reason to keep him.
Just keep him, dude.
To buy.
It's cheaper to keep her. To keep her.
Point. You got to cut your losses, man. No, you can't lose. Can't lose tomorrow. It's gonna happen.
It's not gonna. They're not gonna. You think they're gonna lose?
Yeah, Joseph Martinez is a bum. Unfortunately, he's not. I don't think he'll ever get back to the form that he was. I think it's over, man. I think it's time to hit the refresh button here, man.
I think we're gonna get our show's gonna get canceled.
No,
these hot takes we're getting right now from outside, from places unknown, from parts unknown.
Live from parts unknown right now, man. I'm in a secret location here. Can't tell you where.
Did you just break out of jail? You look like you just broke out of somewhere.
I might be on the run. People might be looking for me. It's possible, but it is what it is, man. I'm telling you, it's dark times. But anyway, Jimmy Butler is the man. I just had to get out here.
No doubt.
All right, listen. While I still have you here, Edwin.
Yes, because you got like 30
seconds. I was working on a top 5 buckets list. Okay. I just need one more.
Okay. What do you got?
All right. Number 5, the Home Depot paint bucket.
That's underrated. I had that in my top 3.
There you go. Number 4, the KFC chicken bucket.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's an all-time classic.
All-timer.
Of course.
What else you got?
Number 3. All right, the Flanagan's beer bucket.
Oh. And it comes with the wings.
Yeah, you get
exactly.
You get a picture.
Yeah. No, that's the picture.
Oh, shit. Give me wings anyway.
Yeah.
There you go. I just need one more because we all know who number 1 is. So I just need one more bucket.
Jimmy bucket is number 1, so it's number 2.
That's a good one. You took mine. I didn't think you'd have the Home Depot bucket. Everybody has at least one Home Depot bucket in the house.
What's number 2?
I don't know if it's number 2, but what's another common bucket? I mean, The mop bucket. Everybody's got a mop bucket in the house, right? Although you use the
Abuela's bucket that she dumps the water into the floor.
Yeah.
The Mitolin bucket. There you go.
No, it's good.
The Mitolin bucket, number 2.
Mitolin, yeah, that's what it is.
And number 1, obviously, Jimmy Buckets.
Obviously.
The one and only.
Better bucket.
The five. What is it? The 5 more of
You made the show.
The Mount 5 more of buckets.
Mount 5 more of buckets. That's what we needed, bro.
Yeah, man.
Certified number 1. I like. That's what's up. All right, guys. I gotta get back because they're looking for me. I'm on the run. I got people with me.
Neville says hello. Neville says hello.
Yes. I love you guys.
Later, dude.
Bye.
Bye.
That was amazing.
Oh, that was great.
Amazing. We get guys running away from the law coming on the show.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh yeah, like I was telling you, Houston, man, they changed up their style. They went direct. You know, they still have the guys going up and stuff, but now they weren't worried about that little toque here, touch there, blah blah blah. No, they were going forward. They got 20 shots in the first half. They had five, clear opportunities to put the ball in the net.
And what
happened? Not in the bucket, but in the net. But what happened? what's been happening all season? The mal de ojo, dude. There was one. There's one where Negri gets all the way into the box, runs parallel with the line, and gives a pass to Campapi. Campapi one touches it, and the goalie's there like he doesn't know how. It hits his chest. I don't even know what the hell happened to it. It hits him. It flies back to Campapi. He gives a little side, rips it where the guy, he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Blam, right off the pole. Oh. It's like, come on, dude. Come on.
Man.
That's not Phil's fault. That's not Phil's fault.
That's not. And if
they haven't been able to score, bro.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to score.
If your guys are taking 20 shots on goal,
you can't make one.
That's not the coach's fault. Exactly. Five were on target.
Absolutely.
5 were on target. You know what I mean?
This guy made some good saves. You got to give it to them because the other teams have good goalies too. Got to give it to them. But let me tell you
what do you do at that point? Is it like a team confidence sort of thing, or is it getting in the guys' heads?
It has to. You're human beings. You're pro and whatever you want to say. But at any level, look, this is a sport that you've played, I've played at any level, reg, pro, semi-pro, blah, blah, whatever you want. It's all the same. The stakes are different, but it's all the same. If you're playing and you do whatever you can and the ball's not going in, it gets to you at some point. You're a little bit more tight. You're a little tighter. You play a little tighter, and they need to loosen up. They need to. What's the issue for me? There's not a Jimmy Buckets on this team. There's not a guy that can do what Jimmy Buckets did with a similar, surrounding cast. There's nobody on this team that's going to say, hey, take the whole city on his shoulders, right? Because that's what Jimmy did yesterday. Well, he can't. No, there's no one on this team right now that can just take the team on the shoulders. The only superstar is Drake, and Drake is our goalie.
Exactly.
Okay, so
exactly.
That's where we have one.
We have 2 guys that should have been that because Campapi after last season, everybody expected him to get healthy.
He's coming back. That's his second game. You got to feed him, though. He's dependent.
Yes, of course. But still, if he's taking shots on goal,
you got to make things happen. You got to make things happen.
And last season, when he had his opportunities, he took advantage.
Now, from now on, I'm going to call it when you have a situation like that, you got to Jimmy it. You got to Jimmy it.
Of course.
You got to Jimmy it, dude. You got to Jimmy it. You know what? Nobody's giving you the ball. Jimmy it. Figure out a way to do it and get the team to win the game. Jimmy it.
Man. But unfortunately, Campana hasn't found a way to stay healthy. He missed a few games and now he's coming back, and maybe he's not 100%. We don't know, but
he can't be. But he. So what? I mean, he's got to find a way to get it in.
100%.
Stefanelli, man. Stefanelli's made me look so bad because I was high on him. I was high on him in the preseason because I saw some glimpse and some stuff. But you know what? When the lights are not as bright, when the games don't matter, sometimes you're a little looser, right? I don't know if he's a little tense. I see him doing some things that I like, but it's not productive. They're not efficient. They're not productive. There's not one special guy that is gonna give one of our players up top a perfect pass like Valderrama used to do, where he just all you had to do was on the field. That he'll give you one where you gotta tap it in, or he's gonna give you a great chance. We don't have that person.
But you know what? tomorrow's game against Miami FC is going to be very telling in the sense that if they win, if they win, you'll know that it was all a mental thing with them, right? If they win, it won't be that they're just better than Miami FC or whatever, because the level that Inter Miami's playing at right now is not great. So if they win tomorrow,
it's not awful either. It's not awful either. It's not, honestly, it's not awful. I'm not trying to say Phil's job. It's not awful. They outplayed Houston. If
they lose tomorrow,
they can't lose.
They can't. But if they lose tomorrow,
then can't lose.
It has to be 100% Phil's fault.
Oh, for sure. No, he has to go, because you know what? Henderson and the boys up top, they can't let the avalanche of the fans, go crazy.
No,
the fans right now are calling for his head. They're calling for his head.
At that point, if they lose to Miami FC, it's not a mental thing.
There's nothing to.
It's an organizational thing.
Maybe the mal de ojo is Phil.
Maybe
they put a little charm on him y lo jodieron. I don't know. But let me tell you something that upset me about that game is, they have the 20 shots, everything happens, they can't score. But Pizarro, who hasn't had a bad season, but he's a DP player. He's getting paid, so he needs to jimmy it. And he hasn't jimmied it. No. He hasn't. His focus, and then I don't question a man's
Is he a Bam? Is he a Bam Adebayo? Is that what he's doing right now?
100%, but great, that great comparison. And but Bam puts his heart on defense. Where I'm gonna get with Pizarro is where he let me down on defense. That goal that they scored, he's 90% at fault. Oh. Why? You go back, and I'm watching the video. You go back, you see on the right, if you guys have the MLS pass, whatever, you go back to the goal. You see that the ball is in the center. And as the ball, as the camera tilts and pivots, you see number 11 for Houston. I forgot his name right now. Baird, and Pizarro trotting into the picture. But what happens? Baird floats into the box, and Pizarro just looks at him. That's his man. Yeah. And he just lets him float. And once I think it's Kakari, the midfielder, puts the ball in to Baird, who heads it all by himself. He makes Kamal Miller come to him because he was all by himself. Miller was in the middle, covering the middle where he's supposed to be. But since nobody was covering Baird, which is supposed to be Pizarro, he has to shift to him. What happens? He heads it, smartly so, back to the middle. And that's where Steres comes in. Our boy Negri, Franco's been one of the best players attacking. Defending, he's been one of the worst. Once again, this time he was out of position. Why? Because he was on the left side of the defender. He had the defender closer to the goal area and on the inside. He should have been closer to that area, easier for him to defend. Regardless, the ball goes back into Steres. Boom, he nails it in. But why did that play happen? Because Pizarro, his effort was shitty on that play. Yeah. And I don't understand. His body language after that was crap too. I don't understand. He's a good player, and there's been moments where he makes and hustles and runs, but there's moments where he just mentally is out of the play.
Did he get subbed out after that play?
He got subbed out later, but not right at that moment. But I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one that saw that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that saw that. It's like it's like if you're playing cornerback. In the NFL, you're playing cornerback, and you let the guy go right by you, and you just look at him like, what are you doing? God, the safety's gonna get him. Yeah, okay. No, man, and that play killed them because they're attacking you, and it kills you as a soccer team. You're attacking, you're doing everything you can, you're on top of it, but the ball's not going in, and then you do a shitty play like that, and you give up a shitty. The guy kicked it well. Their team moved the ball well, but it all happened because everybody was out. Once again, it's out of position, and that's effort, man. And I don't understand that. A team that you've lost 5 straight, you should have been out there from the first second to the last whistle, busting your ass, because the fans need to see this. The fans need to see these guys go out there and bust their asses. Yeah, and they don't want you to keep losing, but the effort has to be there. And at times, It's been some little mistakes. It's been some little mistakes like that cost the team.
Yeah. So that's very telling that what you're saying right now about the effort not being there. I think that's 100% on Phil. You know, because if he's of course, man. If your guys are not putting in effort and you can't motivate them to do so, that's part of your job.
You got to get them out, right? You got to get them out. You got to get Phil out, or you get that player out. But what options does he have after Pizarro? You know, they got rid of my boy Bryce Duke. Duke is balling up. They gave him the number 10 in Montreal.
Oh yeah,
No,
damn,
he's balling over there. He's balling. He looks like back to old, up and coming Duke. Why? Because he's playing in his position, and that's another where it is the coach also. Because I mean, he brought in Stefanelli. I thought he was going to be a good player, but when Stefanelli came in, I didn't think he would immediately be placed in front of Duke. Yeah, and that's what happened. And he hasn't produced. At least Duke produced assists. And what is the team missing? Somebody to put the ball for the forwards. Yeah, they don't have that. Pizarro hasn't been able to do that because when he plays 10, he gets it and he holds it too long, and he hasn't shot. He just hasn't broken out. He had another Bam, has everything, but has nothing.
What kind of system are they supposed to be running? Because I feel like whatever they have in place is not working.
He just shifted. He just shifted it. He just shifted it right now with his last game. Yeah, he changed the playing style. He changed the playing style. I believe they went 4-2-3-1, but he changed the style and that the people were more direct. Before you get it and they do these little Kamal Miller, there was a lot of plays where he gave some nice passes from the back right over. You weren't seeing that too much from the center backs from giving the ball right over, going from one zone to the next, not just the progression, the little passes and try to get it out. No, they get it, boom, you saw it, make the run, get it over. I saw that a lot more. They had 20 shots. They had less possession. It was 55% Houston, 45 Miami, but Miami had 20 shots on goal. Houston had 11.
So should they continue playing how they played last weekend?
I like it. I like it. It provided more hope where they were close. They just couldn't break through, and I don't know what it is, and I've advocated for Phil. I wrote an article, and why did I write that article? Because I think that he was part of this plan, of coming in during sanctions and getting the team through, and then right after sanctions, the team's going to make some huge moves. Hopefully, they make a huge move in June with Messi. That's up in the air. But I believe after, that's part of the plan, and he might not be in that plan. Everybody's talking because he's Beck's friend. Beckham's his buddy, and that's why he hasn't gone. I think Beckham it has him here and gave him 1 year. If you're my buddy, man, you're going to give me 2 years at least. No, you gave him 1 year with an option, team option. So the team at the end of the season says, no, he's gone, which more than likely will happen if they continue in this route. But what about this team? And I never count them out. I never count Phil and these guys out because he's so hard-headed that he believes. He still believes. He still believes, and that happened last season. What happened last season? Everybody hated Higuain. Oh, boo! Well, you suck, Phil. You suck. Blah blah. All of a sudden, they get on a streak. They start winning. They went down. They go up. Blah blah blah. And then when they needed it the most, the last 5 games of the season, they go on a run and they get into the playoffs. Yeah. And these guys keep doing this. So I think it's a better team, but I don't know what to tell you.
You think they're better this season than they were last season?
I think it's a deeper team. But there's no superstar. And that's the difference makers. Pozuelo and Higuain on this team is in the top of the conference. Damn. Pozuelo and Higuain on this team is because what did Higuain do? He jimmied it. He made it happen, dude. And the thing is, we didn't understand how.
But first, Neville needed to jimmy him before he was able to jimmy it.
So you got to give him a little credit for doing that coaching job, I guess. But
the
talent is there. You need to have the talent, and the talent is like you said, Campapi. All eyes on you, Joseph. You got to come down here and show what you got, dude.
You got two guys capable of jimmying it
up top. Now somebody's got to give him the ball.
Yeah.
Who's going to give it? Coco Chanel? Stefanelli?
Who's supposed to be that guy? Like
he's moved them around, but Stefanelli's been, and then he also had Pizarro.
Yeah.
So there isn't that classic 10. Bryce was, to me,
maybe
a 10.
Yeah, maybe that's what I don't know if they need just one guy. Maybe they need like a pair of guys that are capable of playing with each other and facilitating up top as a unit. You know what I mean?
That's the concept that they run now, and that's supposed to be all those guys. That's supposed to be Stefanelli because he's got a good foot and he's able to do that. That's supposed to be Coco because he's got a good foot and he's supposed to do that. Plus, he shoots pretty good, and that's supposed to be Pizarro because he's got a good foot and he's able to do that. They're all very technical. They all have technique. They all have the ability and capability of holding and passing. Taking the ball, dribbling, of making the pass or scoring. All three of those guys have that ability, and that's what the coach puts them there for, but they're not doing it. And it comes down, it's easier to get rid of one guy than to get rid of 30 guys.
Yeah.
So he's on the burner. He's on the hot seat. Yeah, his buddy is his buddy. You know what? But his buddy, if he goes down against Miami FC, which I don't think it's going to happen, and if it does, I will be very, very surprised. But if they go down against Miami FC, you have to make a move, dude.
Yeah,
you have to make a move because you're going to lose. You're going to lose the club, the team, the players, and more importantly, you're going to lose the fans. The fans are they're going after it. I mean, they're going after it. They're going after it. I even had, when I wrote, the case for keeping Phil, I even had people asking me if I was getting paid by a team to write that. I wish I was getting paid for that. No, I think it's easier. You keep the guy. Don't stir the shit.
Yeah.
Once the season is done, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then you bring the big boys and you bring in the top talent coach. What are you gonna do? You get rid of Phil. Who are you gonna bring in? Who's available? You're gonna run with Darren Powell.
Tata Martino, maybe.
I
don't think he'll take that job at this point, anyways. Because
exactly, that's what I was going to tell you. These guys are not like before. These guys are not like running out there looking for like on the employment line. Just something popped up. I'm getting no. These guys, this is different. The coaches are looking at the type of project that the team has been. The process, what's running, what they have there, because they have their prestige. They are their brand. Like you're not going to come in to a team that's caca right now and then take the fall the next 20 games. They're not going to take that. Okay, no, exactly. I'll see you at the end of the season. And we can talk about
unless they get a guarantee that they'll be there for 5 seasons or something like that.
3-year contract guaranteed. You got my money. You don't want me. I got my money paid for 3 years, and then maybe I'll do that. I don't see that happening right now with Miami. I don't, and that's why I think Phil should stay. Because I believe that with 26 more games to go, they're 5 points away. No, is it 5 points away from like 9th place? What happened? This happened last season to get into playoffs with 5 games left. There were 6 points out, and they went in. Different results and shit happened, but this team is so bipolar that
they are 5 points, by the way.
Exactly. They beat Miami FC. No big deal. But they get their mojo back. Because what happens when you see the ball go in, something clicks, right?
Of course.
They go and beat Miami FC. Then they go and Columbus is a tough team. They go and beat Columbus in Columbus, and everybody's like, okay. And then they go on. This is the way this team is. They'll go. They've lost 6. They'll win 3 in a row and get back into the fight. Maybe lose 1 and win another 2 or 3 in a row, and then they start climbing again. And then they'll lose 3 again, and that's the shit with this team. That's so annoying, but it can happen. And I think there's talent. They're gonna make a move. They're setting up. What did I tell you with the money? They brought in some money. The moves with Duke. They said it was a move that a deal that they couldn't just pass up. Which obviously the investment, the return on investment was great. 200 K. And you're getting 1.3 million. That's a great move, right?
Yeah.
And you got Miller, a young 25-year-old, very experienced center back, good player.
Yeah.
Not a bad move. Mabika gets moved today. We find out he gets moved. 100 GAM for next season. but 100 is a lot. It's in this league and for the budget and everything that they do in the league, it's a lot. And
especially with the financial restrictions
but next season they're gone. Next season the restrictions are gone, so they're going to get that money that they're holding plus the extra money they're putting in. But Ian Frey is a very, very talented player. He's always been hurt, unfortunately. So hopefully, it's not a thing where he's not going to be ever able to shine. But in my opinion, he's a much more polished player than Mabika. He's younger too, but his ceiling is much higher to me. I see him as a center back that has the skills of a midfielder back there, the technique, the ability, the vision, all that as a center back, and that's an amazing plus for your team when you have a guy back there that can, So and he's a young guy, so they're gonna bring him along slowly. So that's why I think it was a smart move. And Mabika, the coach said that Mabika, obviously he wants to play. He's a talented player too. He wants to play. He's young. He needs to play. And they shift him off somewhere where he's going to be able to play. I think it's a win-win for both. For Miami, with the trade with Montreal, Bryce Duke is an extremely talented player. They gave him the 10. They gave him the confidence. Here's the 10. Man, you're walking in and they're giving you the 10, where over here they're making you bust your ass at 6 and you're not – and they tell you, hey, you're not ever going to be a 10 here because we're always going to go for the high-profile 10s. Great move for Bryce Duke. Great move. Yeah. He's gone. Great move for Miami. So I think they're building. This is a couple of jabs, and I think the right cross is coming in June. Is it Messi?
Hopefully.
Is it Messi?
Hopefully.
I don't know.
So,
I think.
So there's been reports, everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows there's been reports of Messi. Some say it's a done deal. Some say, maybe he'll return to Barcelona. You don't think so?
I don't see why.
Let's just say it's not Messi. Let's say Messi does decide to go to Barcelona. Who in your mind would be a great fit, or who is there?
It has to be a 10. It has to be a 10. You know that they just recently had the South American U20s, championship, the World Cup, and so could be a young player, 20-year-old player, maybe. But that's not Miami's MO. I think they're looking at a proven player, a proven attacking player. I can't give you a name now. I can't give you a name
honestly,
now.
Honestly, with the way that this season has gone, I think they're going to have to get a proven player to bring fans back into the stadium, especially if they are
a name, right?
Continue to struggle. Yeah. I think it's going to have to be that way.
We're going to have to look around and see. And please don't tell me Ahmed Rodriguez. Don't bring that name up.
Is that even his position?
Is that even possible? Yeah. It really is, to be honest. Absolutely. But has it been mentioned? I'm not sure. People have, like, some of the fans I know mention it because he's going to be available.
Yeah, he's a big name.
He's a quality, and he's down here in Miami, dude. Every time
he's there,
every time Colombia plays down here, it's a packed house. You know why I know? Because I go.
Of course,
I go to all those games, and it's a packed house. So that would move a lot of people. But I don't know if it's the type of leadership that this team needs. A proven leader, and a 10. So that's a great topic for an article.
What about Modric? Modric is right about to leave Real Madrid.
Dude, don't tell me that, bro. Don't make me, if you're gonna if you're gonna tell me
that's a name that nobody has said.
You're gonna tell me I lose out on Messi because he goes to Barcelona. But I'm gonna get Luka.
Yeah.
So that's like telling me I don't know what, whether I want filet mignon or if I want I don't know, some other high quality meal. I won't be upset.
No, me either.
I want Messi. I want Messi. I want the king here. But if you're gonna give me, the prince of I don't know what, Modric, dude, if that hits and you said that, you're the man.
Inter Miami Stradamus? Will I get that moniker?
I didn't even think about him, but yeah, he's he could be out too.
That would be nice, man. That would be nice. Speaking of, before we move on to Miami Dolphins, and I did mention Real Madrid. They lost today to Girona, but what I want to talk about is Valentin Castellano, who scored 4 goals against Real Madrid today. That hasn't been done since I forgot.
Only 5 in history. Only 5 players.
Yeah. I think I saw since the 60s or something like that last time somebody did that in some insane stat line like that. It's been a very long time, let's just say. But Castellano, he used to play in the MLS, bro. He played at New York City FC. So he's part of the whole, Man City umbrella. And they won Girona. So when NYCFC won the championship, he was leading goal scorer that season. So they shipped him off to La Liga, and now he's out scoring 4 goals against Real Madrid.
He's done well. He's done well over there. Yeah. He's having a good spell.
Yeah. I think that's great if you're an MLS to know that there's guys of that caliber in your league.
All right, we gotta get AT&T or somebody to give you that fiber optic over there in Whitmere. Because it's busting up. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was freezing a little bit. Yeah, no, I hear you perfectly, but then you
the video was lagging. Okay.
The videos was lacking, but that is great, and it shows that the MLS is not a pushover. It's not. It shows that there's a lot of people that still think the MLS sucks. Yeah. The MLS is not this is not your grandpa's MLS. This is not your mama's MLS. This is a different MLS. This is a league that's developing some fine young talent. This is a league where a lot of the kids from the academies are being picked up. They're not even letting them get into the MLS. Some of these European teams are picking them. Hey, let's get them now and put them over here because they see it already. So it's developing. It's growing. The product is better, and it's getting even better. We're getting to see some higher quality players, and that's awesome. Castellano is a solid player. He did it. You can't say anything because he did it to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
the greatest team in the world at this moment.
Yeah, defending European champions.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. So now it's the week of the NFL draft.
It's been low key in Miami, because
it has.
It's been low key.
Here we go. Look, I'll tell you what we have. The Miami Dolphins have a 2nd round pick, a 3rd round pick, a 6th round pick, and a 7th round pick. That's all we got.
So 4 picks.
4 picks.
That's all I need.
2 at the very end, and a couple kind of early on. So
sign some free agents and get a couple of things here, hit on something. That's all I need.
And all we need is honestly, the Dolphins had a whole bunch of picks piled up, but they traded those for great players during the offseason. Right, they get like Jalen Ramsey, to join Xavier Howard in the backfield.
What is that, dude? What is that? If that works out, plus they got some solid, and then we get they get the starting strong safety back. What was his name? I forgot. I got injured. I mean, solid. The backfield is great. The defense is very, very good. Was watching you guys on Twitter. Don't think you were able to read my comments.
No, sorry, Steve. No, we don't see Twitter comments on here. They just show up as posts or as comments on our Twitter feed. But yeah, man, thanks for joining us. Whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, hit it.
He said here, right. Yeah, the Heat are getting the attention. Definitely, of course, deservedly so.
You got to, and that's when was the last time you felt like a champion? The Heat.
Yeah,
the Heat.
Exactly. That's been the only
and I
team
still have
in South Florida, man.
I still have a special place in my heart for the Marlins.
Of course.
Because when they won, and because Renteria back in that time, we used to have a little sports bar / Colombian place, and Renteria would go him.
Oh, that's awesome.
The second baseman, what was his name? Luis Castillo.
Because
Castillo. We knew we have friends in common. He's Colombian, we're Colombian. So we have friends in common. This is before who Andrew Jones from the Braves used to go before he got known. Yeah, this is way before when they were still kids.
Yeah.
Before he got
that's
known,
hilarious.
He went to our place. He would go there.
Where was that?
Special place. We had it in Miami Lakes.
Oh, okay.
It was called Metropolitano. That's the name of in Barranquilla of the stadium for Junior Barranquilla.
Oh, okay.
We had like a little restaurant / disco thing for a little while there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So and they would go because it was the Colombian place around town, and I have a special place for when they won and Renteria hit. The game. We all went crazy. It was awesome. So that's they made us, the Marlins made us feel like champions.
Oh yeah, they were the first ones.
Yes, and then they did it again, and then they did it again, and then the Heat has made it. Let us know what it feels like to be champions on multiple occasions
and consistently without blowing up the team.
And they've always been a contender, a challenger, whatever you want. They have a culture defined, and this is where we're looking at Inter Miami. What are you going to be? What are you going to be? Are you going to be a Marlin? Are you going to be like the Heat? The Dolphins are the old school, the first ones, but it's been forever. People have come and gone, and they don't know what a championship until now. Hopefully, with Tua, we can finish the season.
Yeah, man, this is the best chance the Dolphins have had in a very long time. And
in the last 20-something years, dude.
Oh, yeah, man.
In the last 20-something years.
Yep. So with that second round pick that the Dolphins have, I saw a lot of people have been talking about that they might take a tight end. That tight end from Penn State. They recently just let another tight end from Penn State walk away. So this guy is supposed to be a big deal, right? And we all know that that coach from his 49er days loves using the tight end position.
The tight ends that block, but that can catch.
Exactly.
That's why Gesicki, my guy Gesicki with it, they couldn't keep him, man. I thought he was so talented, but
so did I.
The whole blocking thing, man.
Yeah, McDaniel needs that. McDaniel needs that for his scheme. So unfortunately,
me personally, as a coach, I kind of bend the things a little bit for the talent that I have. He's a special talent.
Honestly, that's what a coach is supposed to do. He's supposed to put the players that he has in the best position, especially your best players.
He's going to kick our ass with the Patriots. He's going to come down here, score 2-3 touchdowns, and do that little dance for everybody, and people are going to get pissed. But no. I trust in our coach. Yeah. I hope they get what the players are looking for. I mean, offensive line is still up in the air.
That's the third round pick that everybody's talking about. Everybody thinks that in the third round they're gonna get an offensive tackle, which I think makes a lot of sense because when the Dolphins' offensive line is solidified and playing well, oh man, that team it looks like an offensive juggernaut.
If they have at least a decent running game, it's hard to stop. They're hard to stop. I don't know if tight end's going to be. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that tight end's going to be the first pick. I think they're going to go for another stud offensive lineman. Wouldn't surprise me. They have 4 picks. 2 of those picks are offensive linemen. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah,
at all.
Me either. Especially since we all know the offensive line history here in Miami. The past few seasons, it's been a revolving door.
Is it in the water? Is there something in the water? Because you see other teams pick up 6th, 7th round players, and in New England, right? They go and they're super studs, and then we pick up 1st round pick. The guy can't block. It's like, what the heck?
Or we trade for a proven guy, and then all of a sudden he can't block, or he gets injured, or something. It's the mal de ojo, bro. They're mal de ojo.
So they're giving us the mal de ojo in Miami. The Miami mal de ojo, dude. How do we combat that? We need somebody to type up and tell us, what we need to do to combat that, because we can sell this to the sports teams here, and we can be what is that called? Not counselors, consultants. We can be consultants.
Oh, consultants, yes.
To let them know how to get out of the mess.
Yeah, but Miami needs pivot. We'll pivot from a media company to a sports consulting company.
Okay, yeah, no.
Let's see how that works out.
I think 2 offensive linemen. Look, I think they're going to take 2 offensive linemen, maybe a running back, and
I think they should take a running back in the later rounds. In the later rounds, because I know that what is his Texas running back's name? That he's gonna be the first one.
But they got 4 pretty solid running backs, so I don't know. I don't know if you're just wasting a pick, because if you're getting a running back, that running back is gonna come special teams. I think they need
Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson is that running back from Texas that everybody says is a generational talent. He's going to be the first running back taken in the draft.
So we're going to take.
So we're not going to get that guy. But
they were talking about trading. Supposedly rumors of trading their picks just to get in the 1st round. I don't know about that.
I don't think the Dolphins.
Yeah.
man, if the Dolphins trade some picks to get into the first round, then they better hit on that friggin' first round pick, bro. Because tricks. Tricks.
Tricks.
Picks are a commodity, man.
Picks are tricks.
Yes, picks are.
Oh, yeah, Greer. Look, Greer's another guy like Neville.
He's a
Greer's
smart guy.
another guy like Neville that's been there forever, right? And everybody says, "Get rid of this guy."
Greer's like Henderson.
Yeah, I know, but I mean the comparison as people point at him and that he needs to go, and he stays there. Like they think he gets special treatment.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, bro. I think Greer.
He's been there forever.
Greer's been there a very long time, yeah. But I think people have seen the moves that he's made.
The way that he was able to. He was the second guy before, and now he's the main guy the last few years.
I guess, but I think the way that he was able to stockpile all those picks and get all that money and bring in all these free agents, I think people are looking at him.
I think he's doing good stuff.
I think he's looked very good lately, and especially like, man, if Tua would have stayed healthy, the kind of season that the Dolphins would have had, I think you got to give that guy props for the kind of team that he put together, man.
When are they gonna get a quarterback? I know they got the quarterback as a free agent.
Oh, I think after this season, if Tua doesn't hold up again this season, they're gonna take one in the draft next year.
Yeah, man.
I really like Tua.
I really like Tua as a player, as a person, and I want him to succeed.
Before this past season, I said that this was the season that Tua had to prove it to me for me to stay on his side, right?
And so what did he prove?
And he did it. He did it with his play, but with his injuries, he kind of screwed that up for me,
Yeah, I know.
I'll be honest, but he played so well that, man, I have to give him another season. I have to. But I think
you have him on the contract. You have him on the contract, so
yeah.
On a good contract, you get to try him out.
He's on a favorable contract. He is. So we'll see.
Any scorelines for tomorrow? Miami FC, Inter Miami. See ya.
Oh, I don't know. Do you know what the over under is or anything like that?
No, I don't look at any of that. But what I'm asking is, what do you think? I think that Miami has to break out.
Yeah,
I think they're going to put 3.
I know Edwin said Miami FC was going to win. He didn't give us a score, but he said they were going to win.
I don't know if he was being serious. But remember, he was running away from the police. He was running away from the police, so he might not be in it. He's in an altered state of mind. I think they're gonna. I think Inter's gonna put 3 on them, maybe 3-1. That's my prediction.
No, man. I think they're gonna continue to struggle. I think they're in a weird mental spot. But I think after they score, I think they're gonna score a goal on Miami FC. If they're down, they're gonna tie the game.
If they're down,
when they score a goal, they're gonna.
So Miami FC is gonna score first.
No, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna score first. If Inter Miami scores first, they win. If Miami FC scores first, then Inter will inevitably tie the game, and then who knows where it goes from there. Because these are single elimination matches, right? U.S. Open Cup matches. So I guess it'll go to penalties, and then Inter Miami has calendar, so.
Okay, I'm putting 3. I'm putting 3-1, dude. I'm going 3-1, dude.
You're going 3-1?
I'm going all out. I'm going all out with the boys. And the Journey song, "Don't Stop Believing."
I think I'm gonna say Inter's gonna win in penalties.
That's still not a good look for them.
It's not, but that's my prediction.
Still not a good look for them.
All right, man. Before we head out, do you have any parting words for the Lemonheads out there?
Lemonheads, don't get mad when I defend Phil. I just think it's part of the plan. He's here to get them through all the sanctions. He's here to get them through all the mess. It's easier and it's cheaper to keep them. And then at the end, I think everybody will get their wish, unless he pulls a Phil Neville and it somehow ends up like in 4th place by the end of the season.
Nice. All right. Before we go, I just wanted to say that on this day in 1997,
what happened?
Ken Griffey Jr. hit his 250th home run. So shout out to Ken Griffey Jr. All right, Lemonheads. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure if you didn't watch the show, you can catch us later on the 5 Reasons YouTube network, on our YouTube network, or on Facebook, wherever you get your podcasts. All right, Lemonheads.
Peace.
Have a good one.